Thank you for joining us for Turn the Page with Paige, brought to you by Southwestern Illinois College. I'm your host, Paige Hulsey. It is a hard reality that sometimes children have to learn too young, that some family members leave us far too early. Books are one tool that can help them cope through those hard times. In How Far Is Heaven, children can learn to remember their loved ones through the beauty of the world around them. Author Amy Skala Tischmann from the suburbs of Chicago joins us here in studio. Amy, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's a tough question to start with, but I do want to ask about your own journey with loss.
Yes.
That helped inspire these books.
These books were inspired 100% from the loss of so many loved ones. I lost my mom, my dad, a baby, my grandparents. So I was definitely a griever and in a place where I wanted to find a way to deal with my grief. So I started journaling, and I was writing stuff down every day, special little signs that I felt that they were still all around. And with that journal, I woke up, I would say during COVID, I woke up and had all of the whole book. The first actually 3 pages were written. I just started speaking the words very poetically, and I'm like, this sounds pretty good. So I started writing it all down, grabbed my journal, and then How Far Is Heaven was created, literally from that day.
So out of pain and loss, it helped you process through those feelings and then create something for other people to help them through that same experience.
It did.
Let's take a look inside your first book, How Far Is Heaven? How can children remember to remember their own loved ones in that story?
How Far Is Heaven provides hope and comfort for kids who have lost somebody. And I also feel that they are able to take their own feelings and put them into this book and find their own signs and to help remember their loved ones in their own special ways, because grieving is very hard. And I think this is a very positive way of looking at grieving. You're able to process your feelings and feel comfort in just remembering happy times and knowing that they're still very much all around us.
I like what you just said, in their own way. It, almost acknowledging that we can all grieve differently, and that can look different. How you grieve and also how you honor or how you remember your loved one, it can look different.
I agree 100%.
Tell me more about your illustrator and the style that you guys work to bring to life. Also, I want to point out we have another special friend with us today. Tell us about this friend that you'll find throughout your book.
So this little friend is a cardinal, and oftentimes you hear people talk about, you see a cardinal and they feel their loved ones are near. So the cardinal does appear on every single page of both books. So that's a fun little thing that kids can do while they're reading. They can sit together and kind of find the cardinal on each page. And then it represents their loved ones. So I didn't name him, I just keep him my little plush bird, because the people who purchase them feel that the bird is their special loved one.
Any other conversations that you had with your illustrator about the messages that you were trying to portray and what you hoped the visuals how they would match?
The first thing I wanted to mention was working with my illustrator. There were many to choose from. There are so many talented illustrators out there. So I found somebody with this very warm, gentle feel. Yeah. It was comforting, and when I found her and I saw her work, I knew she would be the perfect match. So from the start, she was wonderful to work with. And then from there, we went through and discussed the feelings and emotions that we felt with the words and throughout each book, and each page, I should say. And then she went ahead and did the pictures exactly like I wanted them. And it was very cool.
Yeah, both books are beautiful. You worked as a team on both of them. I want to talk more about your second book, Pieces of Heaven.
Sure.
And how you hope that readers will walk away with new lessons from that one.
Sure. Pieces of Heaven is very special as well to me. And this one's just slightly different in the fact that you are honoring your lost loved ones through everyday reminders, through holidays, and I can give some examples. So at Christmas time, we always hang special ornaments on the tree, and we hang these ornaments and we remember. I speak with my 2 little boys, and we'll put them on the tree, and I'm like, oh, this was Grandma's favorite ornament, or this was the one I made with Grandpa. So it kind of keeps that connection alive by doing these honorable things.
Yeah, not only are you doing something and taking that time and action, but so often that will bring out a story. And then you can speak that person's name again. And what an honor it has to be to their legacy.
Absolutely. And my boys never got to meet my parents, but they feel like they know them because we talk so much about them and we tell so many stories.
So speaking of your boys, you kind of have a built-in audience with your work. So what has the reaction been from them or your other family members?
All of my family members are very supportive. I have two beautiful boys who are supportive. My husband, my two sisters are also on my team. I always joke around. But the actual story I never told to my husband. He never read the story. He did not want to read it until the book came out where the illustrations were paired together. So that evening the book arrived, we made it a little ordeal. We sat down, we read the book together. And it was definitely a memorable moment for sure. We read it, we smiled, we cried, all four of us. It was very emotional, but definitely a core memory forever.
Yeah, because not only what it represented with your journey with loss, but also the heart and the time that you put into creating the book. That's a lot built in for that moment.
Yes, and they would see me every single day working on it, so they knew I was pouring my heart and soul into it.
Yeah, you definitely have. And not only are you talented in creating these own books, but this is really cool. She's also dedicated to sharing other stories as well. Your little bookshop and your little free library are thriving. Tell me more about them.
So I wanted a little free library.
Okay.
And I had asked my husband to build one, and he built this amazing little free library. And it's not so little. We always joke around because it's like 4 by 6 in size. Like technically you can walk into it, but we do have it closed off. It houses a lot of books, and the community just loves this little free library. They're constantly coming to visit to take books, and then they're constantly dropping them off as well, which is really great for our community.
They're so cute. They're so very, very cool. Do you think about growing that into something more?
I actually did.
Yes.
So we named our little free library the Little Bookshop. And the Little Bookshop is now also a store. So it was always my dream to have my own bookstore. So we have a little bookstore, and we named it the Little Bookshop as well as the Little Free Library. So they're both named the same.
They're very cute. And
Thank you.
I think both bring joy and smiles to everyone who sees them.
Thank you.
Both in pictures or person. Okay, so as if you don't have enough going on, tell me more about your other projects.
I have a lot of projects. They never end, and I go with them all the time. I'm working on probably about 5 other children's books. One is in the illustration process, which is always exciting. The other ones are on the background, they're done, but I haven't found that perfect illustrator to match the wording.
So Love Pal will be next.
Love Pal is next. It is ready to go to the printer probably tomorrow morning. We are very excited. It's complete and it's ready to go. Love Pal is similar to these in the sense of it kind of deals with dog heaven, and we're very excited about it.
Children navigate that significant loss.
Yes, because that's also a loss.
Well, thank you again for coming today. Before you go, what is your recommendation for another children's book?
I love to support indie authors. They're so talented, and I think the world should know about their books. So 2 indie author girls that I love and have grown to be friends with have a book called Imagine a World. And they're books about imagination, obviously, and just the wonder of life. And the illustrations will just drag you in. When you see the cover, it's one of those books you just want to grab off the shelf and take home and buy for a little one. So Imagine a World, and the one cool thing about it is they have 25 different illustrators in their book.
Wow,
So
that's really unique.
Yeah, so if you're really into art and you appreciate art, this is the book to grab.
Amazing, great recommendation.
Yes.
Definitely checking that out.
Thank
Amy,
you.
Thank you so much for coming all this way
Thank
from
you.
Chicago. Congratulations on your beautiful and really meaningful book. So glad to meet you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you as well for joining us from home. We hope you'll come back for the next episode of Turn the Page with Paige.